Close your eyes and imagine a world with no electricity, no candles, no lanterns, no fireplaces, only endless darkness, nights filled with fear, cold winds sweeping across the land, predators lurking in the shadows. Then imagine that one unexpected moment, one missed throw, changed human history forever. A young Persian king accidentally discovered something that would bring light, warmth, and hope to humanity. His name was Hushang, and this is his story. Hello everyone, and welcome to Lantern, stories that light the ways. Today's story is about a Persian king who unintentionally discovered something that changed the world forever. Fire. The story of discovering the fire. First, the world before fire. Long ago, according to the great Persian epic, the Shahnameh, after the first king Hushang left this world, his grandson Hushang became ruler. The world was still young. People lived close to nature. They sheltered in caves and simple dwellings. They hunted animals for survival. They feared the long nights. When the sun disappeared behind the mountains, darkness swallowed the land. Cold winds swept across the valleys. Predators moved unseen through the shadows. Every sunset brought uncertainty. Every sunrise brought relief. Yet among all rulers, Hushang stood apart. He was wise, he was curious, and he believed humanity could build a better future. He taught people to cultivate the land. He helped them guide water to their fields. He encouraged them to build stronger homes and communities. Life slowly improved, but one great secret still remained hidden, a secret locked within nature itself, the power of fire. Little did Hushang know that he was about to uncover it in the most unexpected way imaginable. One cold morning, Hushang set out into the mountains with several companions. The sky was clear. The air was crisp. Their footsteps echoed across the rocky paths. As they climbed higher, the landscape became wild and rugged. Everything seemed peaceful until suddenly something moved. Ahead of them, a great black serpent emerged from between the rocks. Its body twisted across the ground. Its dark scales glimmered beneath the sunlight. Its appearance startled everyone. In ancient Persian tradition, serpents often symbolized danger, chaos, and destructive forces. The man stepped back, but Hushang stood firm. He wouldn't allow fear to rule the day. Without hesitation, he bent down and grabbed a large flint stone. His companions watched in silence. The king raised his arm, took aim, and hurled the stone with all his strength. The stone flew through the air straight toward the serpent. But at the last moment, it missed. The serpent slipped away into the shadows. The stone crashed against another rock. A flash of light burst between the stones. For a moment, something golden danced in the air. A spark, tiny, brilliant, alive. Everyone froze. Hushang stared in amazement. The serpent was forgotten. Something far more extraordinary had appeared before his eyes. Curious, he picked up another stone. He struck them together. Again, a spark, then another and another. Like tiny stars being born between his hands. His companions gathered around. No one spoke. They watched in wonder. Hushang collected dry grass and small twigs. Carefully, patiently, he guided the sparks toward them. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, a thin thread of smoke appeared. A tiny glow followed, and suddenly, flame, warm, bright, living. The first fire they had ever intentionally created. The king gazed the flame. Its light reflected in his eyes. Then he bowed his head. "This is no ordinary gift," he said. "This light has been hidden within a stone since the beginning of creation. We've merely discovered it." That evening, the people gathered around a great fire. The flames rose toward the stars. Darkness retreated. Faces glowed with warmth and wonder. For the first time, people could sit comfortably through the cold night. Food could be cooked. Wild animals stayed at a distance. The world suddenly felt safer, brighter, more helpful. Children laughed. Families celebrated. Songs filled the night air. What had begun as a failed attempt to strike a serpent had become one of humanity's greatest discoveries. Hushang declared that this gift should never be taken for granted. Fire was not merely a tool. It was a symbol, a reminder that light exists even within the hard stone, and that wisdom often comes from curiosity, not certainty. To honor this moment, fires were lit year after year, across mountains, across valleys, across generations. This celebration became known as Sadeh, the Festival of Fire. And even today, the memory of that remarkable discovery continues to shine. Now, hidden lessons in this story. What I love most about this story is that Hushang never found what he was aiming for. He wanted to stop a serpent. Instead, he discovered fire. And perhaps life works that way for many of us. Sometimes we lose an opportunity. Sometimes our plans fail. Sometimes we throw our stone and miss the target completely. Yet, years later, we realize that thing we found by accident became one of the greatest gifts in our lives. And there is another lesson hidden in this story. Throughout our lives, we all encounter black serpents. They may not be real creatures. They may be creatures like fear, failure, rejection, illness, uncertainty, or difficult circumstances that suddenly appear in our path. Our first instinct is often to run away, to avoid the challenge, to turn back. But remember, if Hushang had turned and fled, he'd never have discovered fire. Sometimes, the black serpents in our lives led us to unexpected gifts. So, when we face them with courage instead of fear, we may discover strength, opportunities, and wisdom we never knew we possessed. Now, here is a question for you. What challenge, mistake, or unexpected turn in your life eventually became a source of light? Share your story in the comments. I'd love to read it. And finally, if this story brought a little light into your day, please like, subscribe, and join us for more timeless tales from Persia and beyond. Next time, we'll uncover another story that still has something to teach us today. Until then, may your inner lantern always burn bright. Thank you for watching The Stories That Light the Ways.